Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Links Pod. I'm John Marshall, and this episode is proudly sponsored by Kinetic Performance Gym, the only limited members gym in Lincoln, ensuring you'll always get your workout done.
Links Pod, tales and entertainment for the people of Lincolnshire, with John Marshall.
So here we are, we've arrived at episode 6 already of the Links Pod. I hope you're enjoying them as much as I am. Remember to hit that subscribe button, okay? That follow button, that little alarm thing, depending on how you're watching or listening to the Links Pod. It's very important you do that to get the notifications, and it's free to do that. I want you to do that, okay? Need to build up the audience for the Links Pod. Now, we've got another jam-packed edition for you. The winner will be revealed later on of the Louth Distillery Gin Tour prize. All will be revealed on that a little bit later on. I announced that prize a couple of weeks ago. It's really nice. The big quiz is going to take us back to Woodhall Spa this week. Jubilee Park versus the Petwood Hotel. We're back in Ancaster at Ancaster Leisure, me and my friend Jason, for a spot of bowling with a difference. First, though, let's take a trip to lovely, lovely Horncastle.
The local podcast for Lincolnshire. This is Links Pod.
This is Bar Unico in Horncastle. Let's get inside, get some food and drink.
I'm Gio, and you're in Bar Unico in Horncastle.
Fantastic, and what a place, what a venue. We just got stuck into an amazing breakfast. Now, you used to be, well, tell me a bit of history. Well, you were in Lincoln as well. You go for it, Gio.
We started the business 11 years ago in Lincoln as a small coffee bar with my mother, Diane. And then we branched out 3 and a bit years ago to Horncastle.
And what a venue. This is amazing. The Lincoln one's no longer there, is it?
No, it's still there, run by my old chef.
Oh, right.
So it's still going as a different trade name.
Okay.
So all my efforts are here in Horncastle.
Oh, here in Horncastle. And how is trade? I mean, it's certainly very
good.
busy. We're on a Saturday morning.
In January.
Yeah, in January.
So, we'll take it,
yeah.
as they say. January's been very good. And December obviously is always a good month for us. So hopefully, it's a good year to go.
It's a good year to go. And tapas, you have some evenings. So you're doing some evenings.
Do specialised evening, pop-up evenings. Sorry, just let Debbie through. So we do tapas, kind of Italian style. We do pizza nights, and then we do private hire as well. So.
And I remember in Lincoln when I would pop in the cake selection.
Yes, we make all our own cakes.
Yeah, they're very special. Now you need to come here. Obviously, have everything on the menu, but make sure you leave room for some pudding because they're...
And the recipes go back to years gone by. The old cliche, but my grandma's recipes and my mother's recipes. So.
Amazing.
And then obviously we've new ones as well. So.
Fantastic. Get down here, Bar Unico in Horncastle, and you'll have a lovely time.
Hi, I'm Paul Scott, and I'm the curator of the Jesuit Banks Society Museum. Jesuit Banks was the lord of the manor of Horncastle, so there's the connection.
Right.
He lived up the road, just a few miles up the road at Revesby. He was a botanist. People know him as a botanist, and lots of people know him as the founder of Kew Gardens, essentially. He worked for King George. King George basically said, I want the finest botanic garden in Europe. And it was Banks's job to go and do that.
Wow.
Most people, again, remember him for the Endeavour voyage with James Cook, where they witnessed the transit of Venus. It was the very first scientific voyage. There'd been lots of other round-the-world voyages, Magellan and people like that. But this was a scientific voyage. It was the first ever scientific voyage. So it was a big thing. It was a 3-year voyage, and when Banks got back and Cook, they were celebrated as heroes and what have you. Of course, nobody will see me doing this because our curator, Debbie, will kill me if she sees me.
Oh, I see.
This.
You're forbidden.
I'm absolutely forbidden. She knows I do this. And so here we have a herbarium specimen. It was collected at Ings Nature Reserve in Lincolnshire,
yeah.
Barton on Humber. It was collected by a lady there who was part of the team. Many of the plants are climate change indicators.
Right.
So you can see what's happening with the climate.
Yeah.
And you can see what's happening with the through the DNA of the plant, what changes are taking place within the plant.
Palm
So
trees.
Yeah,
Palm
exactly.
trees start popping up.
Well, all sorts of things
In
happen.
Horncastle.
Well, going back
Yes.
to Joseph Banks, as I said to you before, he was a commercial botanist. He moved plants all around the world. And we're going to have to start moving plants all around the world again.
Oh.
Because of climate change.
Okay.
Plants that grow currently perhaps in Spain or in the Mediterranean, when it gets too hot, will have to be moved and they'll have to grow somewhere else.
See.
So there is a practical scientific purpose for doing this now. And this is a scientific record.
Amazing.
We know what it is, where it was found, when it was found, and by whom.
Yeah.
So it's a scientific record.
Just up or down the road, depending on which way you're travelling from Horncastle, is the Walled Garden at Bournemouth. It's run by the lovely Sonia Elton. This 19th century doubled walled garden has been reimagined with many quirky and different planting areas. There's a nice tea room, various shops, and of course, these beautiful gardens to enjoy. What's not to love? Oh, you can even get married here. Horncastle is, of course, renowned for antiques. If you're interested in antiques, come to Horncastle, and no better place than Horncastle Antique Centre. And our Horncastle day, and yours too, should end up here at Montebello Italian Restaurant. Let's get inside and get some Italian food down us.
Hello John, welcome to Montebello's in Horncastle. My name is Cyprian, and owner of Montebello's in Horncastle and in Louth as well.
It's a nice vibe in here, and traditional Italian food. Is that what we're going to get?
The only.
Yeah.
The only one.
How long's the restaurant been here?
2013 December, but I came here as a pizza chef in 2015.
Oh, so you were making the pizzas. Next thing you know, you're running the place.
Making the pizzas for a couple of months, and after that being the head chef of Montebello's for a few years.
Wow. Let's get into some food, my friend.
Just some menus there for you.
Thank you. What is your name?
My name's Helena.
Helena.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you worked here a long time, Helena.
Around 6 months, I'd say. I started in beginning of summer, so kind of long, but not as long as some of the others that have been working here.
Okay. Well, look into the camera. You're going to be famous. Helena, there you are.
Right there for you.
More drinks,
Are you
fantastic.
ready to order?
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. What can I get for you?
Please, can we have the antipasto for two, please?
Of course you can.
That sounds nice. And some calamari.
Calamari.
And I think I'm going to have the monkfish.
Yeah, good choice. And with all of our fishes and our meats, we give you a side dish for free. So you get to choose from any of these sides, and it'll be included within the.
Wow. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to go. I think I'll do the rosemary potatoes, please.
Perfect. They are one of my favourites.
Links Pod.
I'm John Marshall. This is the Links Pod, the podcast for Lincolnshire. Let's meet this week's sponsor.
Never miss an episode of Links Pod. Subscribe now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Right, here's this week's sponsor. It's Jason Lingard. How are you, Jason?
I'm good. How are you, John?
Yeah, I'm all right. Now, unfortunately, this is kind of the first time you've seen me in a while.
It is.
Despite, remember that other thing we recorded where I was coming to the gym 3 times a week, definitely.
Yeah.
Not seen much of me, have you?
No, once, maybe twice, I think, John.
once
Once with
maybe.
me and once on your own.
But
begrudgingly.
I have good intentions, but I'm being consumed. That's what I'm describing it as. And are you accepting my excuses or not accepting my excuses?
I think you made the key word there, excuse.
It is an excuse, isn't it? Yeah, it's time management. I've started this new business, and there must be a lot of people, I don't just speak for myself, who, when they start something new, things that they want to be doing and know they should be doing probably drop off a bit.
They do, but you've got to remember that your health and your fitness allows you to do your job.
True. Okay, so you're saying shut up and get to the gym, John.
In a nice way, yes.
Yes, in a nice way.
Yeah,
Okay, that's because we're on camera. You should hear what he says to me when we're not.
Can't use those words on this sort of thing, John.
Yeah, is that, yeah? Okay. So, are you seeing much of the people that started in January? Last time we were on, we were talking about how January is the boom month for gyms.
It is, yeah. We've had plenty join, and obviously plenty of new people start off with trainers as well, all with good New Year intentions, such as yourself. But yeah, it tends to be typically, you can just start to see it a little bit this week, where it's just they're not quite all there again. You know, a few people are just tailing off a little bit, and it's they're always throwing a few reasons as to why. But one of the reasons usually is because they're not always seeing the results they want immediately with immediate effect. So, such as yourself, when you come to the gym once, you expect to have a six-pack. Shiny biceps and everything.
The way I'm in pain the next day, it feels like I deserve a six-pack, to be honest. A week on from the gym work, that's because I'm not coming regular enough, isn't it? I'm aching.
It is. It's just that routine and getting into that routine, and then you'll see the benefits. But it just takes a little bit of time.
Is there any aching in your world? Do you ache these days?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, still ache.
So you
still
can
feel
push
the muscles.
yourself.
Yes,
and that's about pushing yourself more all the time.
Pushing yourself. I think that's one of the mistakes people make. They'll come to the gym, they'll do maybe 6-8 weeks, and if they haven't been shown how to do it properly, it's not their fault, because they may be looking at programs that they've seen. They download a program, or they just try and have a go in the gym, which is fair play to them. But if they're not progressing that program with structure, then the body's going to get fitter, and the body is a wonderful machine. It will progress, it will adapt to what you do. It doesn't like pain. So you hurt it, it'll increase, it'll help put it into a position where that's not going to damage it as much next time. But if you don't push it up to that level or beyond, then the body's just going to go backwards, because it doesn't need the extra fitness or the extra muscle that you've created in those by doing those workouts routinely.
Okay,
it can just be small changes that make the difference.
That makes sense. And we can start, we were going to talk, weren't we? And although we want more and more people up to your membership limit, that's your USP at Kinetic Performance Gym, to come to the gym, and they should do that. Yeah. But if people really are saying, I'm struggling for time, there's some little things you think people can do at home to make improvements.
Yeah, I think then you want to look at yourself on a base health level to begin with. One of the big things that people don't do enough of, and is the most simple thing and practically free thing to do, and doesn't cost you any time, is to just up your water. And your body is made up of half of it is nearly made up of water. Pretty much every process in your body requires water in some way, or fluid in some way. And obviously, you're going to get that from the fluid that you intake. So one of the most simple things that I try to get people to do is to try to get, for example, females, I try to aim for them to get their target water up to around about 2 to 3 litres a day. For males, typically, obviously, a male is heavier than a female, which is why I have a high water target. So therefore, 4 to 5 litres for a male.
That sounds like there'd be a lot of toilet trips for 5 litres of water.
It maybe does initially, but your body gets used to that fact, and you actually will become thirstier for it. And you'll actually want it, yeah.
You can drink 5 litres and still think I'm thirsty here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just from the output maybe that you're doing, the fact that a bit more mobile in the day, but just doing a simple thing. We go, I can't drink that much, but then maybe you can at home or on your office desk just place a bottle of water where you pass and think to yourself, right, every time I walk past that bottle, I'm just going to have a little sip, and that's enough. We're not asking you to do it tomorrow. It might just be a gradual progress, but again, something you can track, something you can gradually increase yourself. And it's going to make you feel healthier. It's going to, keep your skin looking healthier, make you look a bit younger maybe even, John. as well. So again, things like that are going to help your body work and make you feel healthy and able to do more are little bits which will then maybe motivate people to go on to the next step of
Joining
maybe.
Yeah,
joining.
joining.
But again, you asked for a few, so another one that they could do is to just put in a little bit of a walk after a meal, because
after a meal, see, the temptation, of course, is to have a bit of pudding after the meal, lay in bed, watch TV. But you think a little walk, if you can make that your routine, a walk after a meal is a good move.
Yeah, it's better than you popping Maltesers out your belly button, which apparently you've told me that you like to do. But
everyone needs a hobby, Jess.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure you're very good at it as well, John, by now. I'm
Yeah.
sure you've had plenty of practice with those family-sized bags. But don't know what to say to that one.
No?
Do you? No, exactly.
Please,
but anyway,
plough on.
I'll continue. I'll keep ploughing.
If you start telling lies, I'll pull you up on it. Yeah.
Is that a lie?
No.
I didn't think
Exactly.
so. But no, so one of the other habits that people can do is if they go for a walk after meals, it helps digestion. It's going to help you uptake those nutrients a little bit better. It can help. There is some research. I'm not going to bore you with research now, but there is some research that shows that it helps keep that insulin profile much more stable, which again is going to allow you to not have kind of like the peaks and troughs. Everyone will notice when they've had a heavy carbohydrate meal or heavy sugars that you'll have a bit of a kick, and then you want to have a little bit of a snooze or a sleep or something like that. And again, that can just help stabilize it, but it's also going to help affect your health in a way because you're moving. It's going to help your digestive tract as well, so your body helps to digest that, and also, not getting too graphic, but toilet habits, it will help as well. So again, there's many things that people can do, and those little 1%ers add up.
They all add up. Little changes, that's our mention, our big thing for this episode, I think.
Yeah.
Little things, change little things, and they'll lead to bigger things, yeah?
Yeah, move more, you can eat more.
Okay.
Move less, you'll have to eat less, John.
Okay, I'll eat less. I have been doing much less snacking in the last couple of weeks. So if I have a little gain, it's that I have been doing less and less of that. When I come in from a night working, I often think I'll raid the fridge now. And in reality, I'm probably not hungry most of the time.
Maybe not, but you might be. It might be because, and again, snacking is an interesting one. I encourage my clients to have small snacks. There's nothing wrong in it.
What about Lion bars? I like those.
Probably not on my list of snacking.
Right,
not really. Or the Malteser popping, but things like that. But again, snacks aren't a bad thing. But what it can highlight is maybe that you're not having the correct balance of nutrients in the day.
Okay.
And if you were to balance that out a little bit better, which we've talked about many times, then you would maybe not feel you need to snack. Or you could position a nutrition plan where someone can have a few snacks later on, and it's not going to have any negative effect on their body.
What's your take on this? Is it a terrible thing to do to eat just before you go to bed, or is that a myth?
I think there is something to it. But again, there is research that shows having some carbohydrates, some clean carbohydrates an hour or two before bed can help you sleep.
Oh.
There's also research out there which says some fats can help you sleep as well. So there is stuff like that. It doesn't mean go raiding, but it does mean that eating, you don't want to be eating 15 minutes before you get into bed. I tell my clients as long as they've kind of finished eating 45 minutes or so before they get into bed, then they'll sleep fine. They'll start digesting that food before they get into bed. So there's no problem with a little later evening snack.
Right, I'm going to go home and have a walk and a jog and
a Lion bar
and no Lion bars, celery. Jason, thanks for sponsoring the episode, and see you down the gym very soon, mate. Thank you.
From the Humber to the Wash, Links Pod with John Marshall.
Despite Jason's wild claims in that interview that I've rarely been seen at his gym, here's a compilation of me working out intensely and crafting this body that makes me beam with pride every time I catch my own reflection. What a guy I am. I also have more hair than Jason too.
Links Pod.
And now on the Links Pod, round one of the big quiz.
Okay, we're here at Jubilee Park at Woodall Spa, and it's quiz time. Time for the big quiz. You're the official spokesperson. Who are you?
I'm Rachel. I'm the operations manager here at Jubilee Park.
Rachel, you're the only one with the microphone, so
Okay.
you do the introduction. Who have we got out here?
We have got Lindsay Elliott. She's our CEO. We've got Jonathan Meller. He's the husband and budding volunteer throughout the summer.
Does what he's told.
Yeah, he's made to come along. We've also got Paul, Lindsay's partner, budding volunteer. My two children, Oscar and Erin, again, budding volunteers.
Budding volunteers. Do you enjoy volunteering?
No.
Oh, right. Well, thanks for being so honest. Do you fancy a dip in the pool? Right, quiz time. 10 questions, all right?
Yep.
On your marks, get set, start the clock. Number one, what is the only movable bone in the skull? You might better check.
Jaw?
Oh, number two, in the Bible, whose wife is turned into a pillar of salt? The Bible. Not all about swimming, you know. Remember, the clock's ticking. You can pass if you need to. Pass. Number three, who famously said, I have a dream?
Martin Luther King.
Oh.
Martin Luther King.
Number four, in the Old Testament, who succeeded Moses as the leader of the Israelites? Oh, it's very Bible-based. Yeah. That's tough.
John.
Oh, not far off, but we'll get there. Number five, what was the only number one? Oh, I don't think any of you are old enough for this. For Dave, D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch. Music experts? I don't think we've got any on swimming. Number six, which of these albums did Eminem release first? This is down to you two. Encore, Recovery, or the Marshall Mathers LP? Just say one of them because you've got a chance.
The third one.
Marshall Mathers LP?
Yeah, that's the one.
Number seven, how many times have England won the Men's Football World Cup?
Once.
Number eight, which Formula One Grand Prix is raced around the streets of Monte Carlo? Say what that man said.
What was that? Monaco. Sorry, I was looking at Dave.
I thought you'd gone to sleep then. I thought you dropped off. Number nine, what was the name of Long John Silver's parrot in Treasure Island?
Beaky.
Are you going with Polly or Beaky? Right, okay. Number 10, what does Tom Hanks compare life to in Forrest Gump?
A box of chocolates. Box of chocolates.
Stop the clock. Stop the clock, but don't stop the quiz because now we've got the results. Number one, the only movable bone in the skull, you said jaw. It's lower jaw, but I'm accepting that. That's good. Okay, we're on one. In the Bible, whose wife is turned into a pillar of salt? It's Lot's wife. Lot's.
No.
Don't move backwards because I'm a bit worried about you. Number three, I Have a Dream, Martin Luther King.
Yay.
In the Old Testament, Moses as leader of the Israelites, Joshua. No, not for, you got the right first.
Yeah.
First letter.
Said that, didn't I?
The Dave D, Dozy Beat, Mick and Titch song is The Legend of Xanadu. Number six, the Marshall Mathers LP was the right one for Eminem.
Well, hey,
So
that was Dave in there. That was.
Things are looking good. England have won the Football World Cup once. Monte Carlo is the Monaco Grand Prix.
Well, hey.
Long John Silver's parrot is called Captain Flint. Not Polly.
Not Polly.
Used to be Polly. 10, Tom Hanks, a box of chocolates. Yes, so we got one. There's a little gap after one. Didn't get Martin Luther King, did we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. We got
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, that's two. We didn't get Joshua, we didn't get that, two. We got Eminem, 3. World Cup 4, Monte Carlo 5, 6 with Tom Hanks. 6 points scored. That's a good score on the big quiz. And let's get inside. It's freezing out here.
From Grimsby to Sleaford, Scunthorpe to Mablethorpe, this is Links Pod.
You're listening to the Links Pod. I'm John Marshall, and this episode is proudly sponsored by Kinetic Performance Gym, the only limited members gym in Lincoln, ensuring you'll always get your workout done. Here's a few what's-ons for Lincolnshire and beyond this week. Actually, most of these are in Lincoln, but one's in Newark. There's live stand-up at the Wigan Mitre, 7:30 this Wednesday. That's the Wigan Mitre in Lincoln. Saturday, if you like the 80s, the 90s, or the noughties, or all three, you might like to go to the County Assembly Rooms in the Bailgate area of Lincoln, where there's a big night out going on. Saturday also, there's a Take That and an Ollie Murs tribute playing at the Doubletree Hilton on the Brayford area of Lincoln. And the one I've got for Newark for you this week is Friday and Saturday, where there's ghost walks in Newark. Spooky. Wrap up well, won't you? It's a 6:30 start if you'd like to do the ghost walks. Don't forget, wherever you are across Lincolnshire or Newark, if you've got an event coming up and you want to let me tell the whole of the county about it, email me, john@linkspod.co.uk. My own weekly plug for my own weekly events is here now. This Tuesday, I'm at the Wigan Mitre for my weekly quiz. My monthly music quiz is at the Lincoln Green on Wednesday. That's in North Hycombe. The Bistro in Market Raisin for a quiz on Thursday, and the Ivy at Rugby on Sunday. Come along and see me. Thanks.
Never miss an episode of Links Pod. Subscribe now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Here's my weekly plea on the Links Pod. If you're a local business and you think you could sponsor an episode or two, there's not many opportunities actually for Series 1 of the Links Pod, which we're in now. We're on episode 6. There's going to be 10 before a short break, and then Series 2 will start. I'm sort of doing it based on the seasons of the year. So this is winter, and then we'll get into spring. So if you've got an event coming up or a business thing that is relevant to spring, or then we'll move on to summer and obviously go along, get in touch. Whatever is the important part of the year, the most important part of the year for your business, we can do something and get you on. And the rates to do advertising with me are really, really reasonable, and I need that support to keep this going. It's john@linkspod.co.uk if you'd like to find out more. Thank you very much. And Valentine's is just around the corner. For example, you might have something to promote with your business for Valentine's. I'm currently compiling a list of 5 of the best restaurants across Lincolnshire, 5 of the best cafes. I'm doing loads of different things, loads of ideas, and I'm open to the ideas. I'll do that email address one more time because I do say it a lot, but here we go. john@linkspod.co.uk. Thanks.
Links Pod.
This is the Links Pod. I'm John Marshall, and this episode is proudly sponsored by Kinetic Performance Gym, the only limited members gym in Lincoln, ensuring you'll always get your workout done. Now, let's do some of the correspondence that's been coming in. If you watch on YouTube, if you follow me on the social media, drop a comment in. Let me know what you think to the Links Pod. Anything you think I should change, anything you like, anything you don't like. I'm open to feedback, and you can always email me, john@linkspod.co.uk. Get in touch. Denise Lindsay in Curtin says, John, loving the Links Pod. This is what I like. John Marshall, you're doing a great job. I have subscribed. That's very important too. Just hit that subscribe button for me. Thanks. Captain Dingbat on YouTube says, great episode again. This is referring to last week's, of course. It's becoming a bit of a habit. I stay at work later to catch up in the office and play Links Pod now on a Monday when everyone else has gone. That's pretty good, but what I'd like to do is to play it when everyone else is still there, so they know about it. Thanks, Captain Dingbat. Lisa Goodison says, love it, John. This is referring to the video and the 5 of the best things I put out about Louth. Did you see that? Love it, John. Lots of interest there. We love the splash. If you haven't seen the episode, you don't know what the splash is, have a little look, little Cawthorpe. Especially the Ford is good, and we love Hubbard's Hills too. Wonderful. And my brother has a daughter, Jasmine Marshall. She's been insisting that she gets a mention on the Links Pod, even though I suspect she's too young to have actually watched any of the Links Pod. But let's hope. Let's live in hope. Jasmine Marshall, hello. Get watching me on the Links Pod, or there'll be trouble. All right? Thanks. Now, we need a challenge. Me and my friend Jason are going to Ancaster Leisure, and we're bowling, but there's a twist. Okay, we're at Ancaster Leisure. It's the Links Pod, and, well, we were here not long ago doing karting. Hard luck on that one, Jason.
Lost by a point. Yeah.
Lost by a point, yeah, just saying. This is my friend Jason, in case you missed the first episode, and this is Richard, whose place this is. What's happening next, Richard?
We're going to do some blind bowling.
Not just bowling.
No.
Blind bowling.
That's right. We're going to put a blindfold on you and we're going to do some bowling.
So last time we
Clues
did...
in the name, John.
Last time we did karting with paintballing. It's just never straightforward with you, is it?
No, I like to keep it interesting, and that's what we do here. If customers just come to ring up and just say what they would like to happen, and we do our best to facilitate that.
Okay, so what are the rules going to be for this one?
Well, I think I about covered that, John. We're going to be blindfolded and we're going to go bowling. But
Yes,
anyway...
but how many frames?
Okay, so you are going to do a full game, which is 10 frames, and we're going to see who gets the biggest score at the end blindfolded. But we're not going to allow you to have the baby bumpers up, John.
Oh, no, I think that's fair. Jason, are you a bowler?
No, I'm not a bowler, John. So the advantage might be in your favour on this one.
Well, okay. This
A blindfold's your thing, John.
blindfolds are not usually my thing. No, occasionally, Jason. But thanks for bringing that up.
That's okay. I've heard the rumours.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. Right, let's crack on. It's blindfolded bowling.
Right, John in the 8th round. Wait, John. Take your blindfold off, mate.
What?
Just look at your fly. How long's that been like that for?
Ages.
Who have you been flashing?
Been like that for ages. We'll have to check the footage. Put me in place, mate. Put me in the right place.
Wait, what do you want to be? To the left or the right?
To
the left of it?
Yeah, left.
Keep going. You want it way out.
Am I good?
Yep, go.
You're an idiot. 10 frames of bowling, blindfold bowling are done. Richard, you didn't witness all of that, but you saw some of it, and I think you've got a pretty good idea of our skill level at blindfold bowling.
I think I only needed to really stay and watch the first game, first frame or first throw each.
Yes.
And then I nipped off and did a bit of office work and came back, and it's what I suspected, John.
Yes, it's what I suspected as well. Jason, enjoy that, mate?
Oh dear.
Yeah. Now, because just another quick reminder that in the first challenge where we were karting, your specialist thing, I was the winner. I don't think it's gone my way this way, has it?
No, I think we've levelled it by getting over double than your score there, John.
Oh, I didn't actually see the final results here. 88 for you, 43 for me. I've even got an L missing off my name. I mean, it's meant to be my podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I'm devastated about that. Oh, I've nearly gone. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it definitely shows some, natural skill level. Jason's obviously got really good coordination and
Are you two related?
balance. No,
This
not
is,
at all.
I'll give you that fiver later.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I don't know if it had anything to do with you bowling down the wrong lane, though, John, at one point.
Yes. Do you know what he did? He said, "Do you need to go right a bit? Left a bit." He put me on the wrong lane.
Well, at least you didn't fall over, John.
I nearly did then.
I mean, look at all the spares he got. I mean, he was just consistently better than you, John.
Yeah. I think it's more used to wearing a blindfold than me, maybe.
Maybe I'm just more consistent than you with a lot of things, such as your gym visits.
We'll get to that, mate. Yeah, we'll get to that. Nagger.
Hand-eye coordination, John. It's just lacking.
Which is the name of the game for the next challenge as well, I believe.
It is indeed.
Let's go.
From Lincoln to Skegness, Louth to Gainsborough. This is LinksPod.
Earlier on round one of the big quiz, Jubilee Park in Woodall Spa scored 6 points. But how will they fare against round two's contestants, the Petwood Hotel? Emma, you could do the introductions. Who have you grabbed from the team?
Oh, we've got Tracy, we've got Helen, and we've got Gary.
OK, Tracy, Helen, Gary. I think Emma's got you in so she didn't have to do this on her own. It's
two, right?
It's time for the quiz. You are.
You are by with a little help from my friends.
Taking on the staff from the Jubilee Park. We've just been over there. They
Do you want me to tell you how many they got?
No. Not
Okay,
yet.
don't. No, I'll tell you at the end then. Okay. Okay, we'll start the clock. Here's the quiz. Number 1. What is the only mammal with 4 knees?
Elephant.
Number 2. In the Old Testament, which city was captured by Joshua when its walls fell at the blasts from the Israelites' trumpets?
Jericho.
Number 3. Who famously said, "The lady's not for turning"?
Margaret Thatcher.
Number 4. It's very religious, this week's quiz. Which Old Testament character was banned to the land of Nod on the east of Eden? Had to go to the land of Nod. I like going there. Yeah. Looks like a pass.
If I was guessing, I would say either Cain or Abel. Which was the bad one? Abel.
Yeah. Cain.
We're going with Cain?
We've gone with Cain. That took a while. Number 5. Who took Lily the Pink to number 1? That's a very old music song. Good drink, good drink, good drink.
Doesn't help singing it,
I'm no help to you. I've no idea.
I can feel a pass coming on.
We'll pass that one then.
Okay. 6. Which of these singles by Craig David was released first? What's Your Flavour, When the Bass Line Drops, or Fill Me In?
Oh.
You've got a 1 in 3 on this.
Yeah, I think that's quite
Fill me in.
Go for the one you've heard of. Fill me in. 7. In cricket, any cricketers? Oh. How many matches generally make up the Ashes Test Series?
5.
Number 8. Which England bowler has the nickname? Oh, it's another cricket one. The Burnley Express.
James Anderson.
Number 9. Who is the young narrator of Robert Louis Stevenson's novel Treasure Island? Nearly finished. We'll all look blank now.
Oh, no
like
idea.
I've read that one in a different language.
No idea.
No.
Tom
Okay.
Sawyer. Is it Tom Sawyer?
And 1 to go. Oh, hang on a minute. Emma's having a moment. No.
Is it Robinson Crusoe?
That's it.
Is it? Is it? We'll find out.
We'll
in a
go with
minute.
that.
Number 10. Which actor won the Best Actor Oscar for the films Philadelphia and Forrest Gump?
Tom Hanks.
Stop the clock. Let's do the marking. I think that went well, but I don't know if you've beaten Jubilee Park, who did do pretty well. The only mammal with 4 knees is an elephant. That's 1. The Old Testament, you said Jericho. It's 2 out of 2. The Lady's Not for Turning, Margaret Thatcher, 3 out of 3. You went for Cain, the land of Nod. Right answer.
Hey.
4 out of 4. Then we got to the music.
Yeah, well, yeah. See, why did you ask me?
Yeah.
Ask your pianist.
The musician.
The only one in the hotel.
Lily the Pink is the scaffold.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have done that one.
No, that was tough. 6 was, I think we're still on 4, aren't we? Yeah, 4 points. Craig David was Fill Me In.
Yay.
Moves you on to 5. Okay, I'm going to tell you now, across the road, they got 6 points. In cricket,
We've got Gary.
yeah, the Ashes Test Series, 5. That means you're on 6.
Yeah.
1 more for the win, and luckily you're a cricketer. And it's James Jimmy Anderson, the Burnley Express. You're the winners this week.
Woo!
Yes. Treasure Island novel narrator is Jim Hawkins. You'll remember that now forever. And Philadelphia and Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks. Give yourselves a round of applause. This week's winners on the big quiz.
Well done,
The
Gary.
Petwood at Woodall Spa.
Links Pod.
Now let's give away a prize on the Links Pod. I like it when we do that. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Louth, and one of the places I visited was Louth Distillery. They were kind enough to give away a lovely prize of a distillery tour. And loads of people got in touch to enter for this competition. I've picked a winner to save me time doing it on the podcast right now. So this is the winner. The winner is Gemma Bosworth from Mablethorpe, who says, John, I've watched your latest podcast on YouTube. Please, can I be considered for the fantastic prize? I do love a gin and tonic. But I did not know Louth had a distillery. Well, it does, and now you know, and now you're going. Keep up the good work, says Gemma. I really hope the podcast gets the success it deserves. Thanks. Gemma, so do I. and enjoy your gin tour. That's brilliant. Right, that's it for this episode of the Links Pod. Thanks to Keza on camera, all the contributors, and especially my good mate Jason Lingard for sponsoring this episode at Kinetic Performance Gym in Lincoln. I'll catch you next week. The episode's out on Monday, 10th of February, and it's sponsored by SAS Body Repairs in Lincoln. Good old Gareth down there. Have a great week. I'll catch you Monday.
LinksPod. Never miss an episode. Subscribe now, wherever you get your podcasts.